friends, it's Miss Jackie from the Weston Ranch Branch Library, and today Miss Kari and I are going to show you how to make a gingerbread house out of Pop-Tarts. Stay tuned till the end of the video to learn about our gingerbread house contest. So to get started, I am going to show you how to make royal icing. Now, when you're making your gingerbread house, you can use store-bought icing, but the great thing about royal icing is it only takes 3 ingredients and it dries a little quicker and works more like a glue. So we are going to need 3 eggs, we are going to need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and we are going to need 4 cups of powdered sugar. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to take our eggs. Now we aren't going to need the whole egg, we only need the egg yolk. So we're going to move our bowl aside a little. We're going to take another bowl, and our goal is going to be to get the yolk out of here. So one method you could use is, there we go, and just move it back and forth until you get most of the egg white out of there. A little bit more. And then what we don't need, we're just gonna put into this bowl here. So we're gonna do that with all of our eggs. There are other methods as well. There's tools you could use, or some people even just put it in their hand, whatever works for you. And one more. It can get a little messy sometimes, but that's all right. Okay, and then we're gonna take this, and we don't need this anymore, so we're gonna put that to the side. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our vanilla extract, and we need a teaspoon of this. Oops, it's a little bit more, that's all right. That's gonna give it a nice little flavor. And the last thing that we need is 4 cups of powdered sugar. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now this is the part where it is going to get very messy, because if you take your mixer and go right into there, poof, it's gonna go everywhere just like that. So we're going to mix it together. What you could do is do your liquids last, so that way they sit on top. I'm gonna go ahead and do it very slow at first. And then after we go slow, we're going to make it go a little higher so we can get it mixed together. All right, and there we have it. So you only need to mix it for just a little bit. Your goal is to just really get it together, and you'll know it's done because it'll be kind of thick, just like that. So if we were to take, we'll take this here. You can kind of see as it falls out just a little slower, and that's when you know that it is finished. You can hold your royal icing for a couple days as long as you have a lid over it, but you don't want to hold it any longer than that. It's best to use it right away if you can. So I'm going to set this aside for Miss Kari, and she's going to go ahead and get started on showing you how to make your gingerbread house.
Now we get to do the fun part. And what you're gonna need first are Pop-Tarts. You can get them at the dollar store or any grocery store, but for the purpose of decorating, dollar store works fine. You'll need, let's see, you'll need two long sides, and then we're going to cut the two short sides, and then you'll need two for the roof. So 6 total, one box is 6. So what you want to do is you want to take and cut the corners into kind of an angle, and be very careful. I'm using a butter knife, and you basically want it to look like this. You can make it prettier than me because when you put the icing on, but you can do it anyway. I've seen where people have done like double deckers and just, you know, the sky's the limit really. This is like your most basic gingerbread house that you can make. So you need two that have this kind of triangular but not. All right, so now that you have this, you're going to want to take the icing and you're going to want to, it's kind of like gluing but with icing, and you're going to have to be very patient because you're going to need to hold the icing onto this for at least a minute, just so that way it kind of sticks. So we're going to use some of Miss Jackie's frosting, and they have also the little kit that you can get that looks fancy that you can put icing on and stuff. You can get that, but if you don't have that, sandwich bag works just fine to pipe the frosting. And this is the yummy frosting. So you can also get store-bought frosting if you don't want to make your own. I've seen online where they recommend that you do actually make your own, that it sticks better. I don't know if that's true, but Miss Jackie swears by it, and so do most people on the internet. But I think if you just are more patient and let the store-bought frosting dry too, it'll work just fine. So you basically just want to get it in there, want to get it all to the corner, kind of like a fancy pastry bag, but cheaper. Once you get this part out of the way, you will be good. So just cut a little hole with your scissors, or have your parents help you cut a little hole, and that way it'll squeeze out like that. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to basically run it along like you would like your glue at school, and you just want to run it along the side. It's probably going to drip, that's okay. And the side that you're going to essentially stick together, and then you're going to, this is the boring part, you're going to want to basically hold it, and this you might actually need assistance, like have someone glue it while you hold it, or you know what I mean, ice it, not glue it. And then you need to hold it for about a minute. So just count slowly in your head till 60 and think about all the yummy things you're going to put on it. And then you're going to want to do this to the other side. And then you'll take 2 Pop-Tarts and you will glue them on for the roof. And then you'll let this dry for about 30 minutes is the recommended time. Now, I just have this plate from the dollar store, but if you're using like a plate at home or something, I would recommend covering it in aluminum foil, so that way because it does get kind of sticky, and that way if you want to ice around the bottom of it too, it'll have a nice firm grip on the aluminum foil without getting anything too messy. So I can feel it already starting to harden, and as you can kind of see, this is what it looks like. And I like this frosting because you could get whatever color you want. They have blueberry and chocolate. You can make like a chocolate gingerbread house. They have all different kinds of flavors. And so you already kind of have it. You can add more frosting to the side if you want, or icing to the side. And basically that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue these, ice these, and then we'll get started on the decorating. So see you back in a few minutes. Okay, as you see, I've made quite the mess here, and I'm going to go ahead and get a fresh sandwich bag in order to use the icing. You'll need icing to get the candy in different bits to stick onto your gingerbread house. Now, I had a thought too, if you turn the Pop-Tarts around to the blank side, you can use food coloring and make different color icing and decorate it that way. This looks cute because it has the colors on the outside, but if you want to do it a little bit more fancier than I did it, that might be a cute option. So I can't wait to see what you guys all do. So I noticed too that it did take a while, for longer than 30 minutes, for my house to dry and for it to not kind of fall apart for the icing. So I think I used quite a bit of the icing. Maybe too much, so anyways, I just want to have a little corner cut again, just a little tiny one, and then I'm just going to take different things that I want to put. I thought how cute it would be to put the gumdrops here on the top. So you just want to basically use the icing like it's glue and give it time to dry. So everything you put on, just make sure that you use the ice. So here I have gumdrops. Well, spice drops is what they call them at the store, but I also have some peppermint sticks, some peppermints, different peppermint candies, and I have some little gummies, and I like those because they have the abominable snowman in there, and I like that. So that's all I'm going to do for now, but doesn't that look like a fun little candy gingerbread?
Now it's your turn to create your own gingerbread house. Take a photo of your creation and post it in the comments below. One lucky winner will get a chance to win a gift card donated by someone who loves the library just as much as you do. Your house must be made of edible materials: Pop-Tarts, gingerbread, graham crackers, candy, vegetables, whatever you would like to use, and your photos must be submitted by December 18th. Now let your creativity flow, and we can't wait to see what you create. Thank you for joining us today. Bye!